it smells really good, I have to say. It's really nice. You can taste it, there's a crunchiness to it from the... Hi everyone and welcome back to Gugu's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make a delicious Christmas spiced chocolate bar. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious Christmas spiced chocolate bar. So this recipe is really easy, and this is a great gift to give a loved one or friend. I love chocolate, so if you know anybody who loves chocolate, then this will be a brilliant gift to give them. It also makes a really nice sweet treat during Christmas time, and it also makes a really nice sweet after dinner treat as well, I find. I often serve a little bit of chocolate bark to my son and husband after dinner, and they seem to really enjoy it. So the first thing I'm going to do for this is I am going to add some boiled water, so the kettle's just boiled, to about 8 medjool dates. So I've removed the stones from the medjool dates, and I'm just going to cover them in the hot water, and I'm going to leave these to soak. And while those are soaking, I'm going to go and break up some chocolate and melt it. So I've got a saucepan here, and I've got a bowl that I'm going to put on top of the saucepan. I'm going to melt the chocolate in the bowl. So I'm just going to turn the hob on, and I'm going to add boiling water to the base of the pan, like so. And then I'm going to turn the heat on. So I'm going to turn it on to a medium heat. And then I have here some chocolate. So I've just got a part of dark chocolate that I'm just going to break up, and I'm going to put the whole bar into this bowl, and I'm going to melt the chocolate down. You don't have to use dark chocolate if you don't want to. You can use any type of chocolate you like. I love dark chocolate, so that's why I like to use it in lots of my recipes. So I'm going to melt this chocolate down now, and once it's melted, we'll go back and deal with the medjool dates that I've just de-stoned and poured hot water on. So as I said, I'm just going to continue to melt the chocolate in the bowl over the hot water. So I've melted all of the chocolate over the saucepan in the bowl, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. But before I do that, I just want to say that if you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because everything like that really helps me out. So as I said, I'm just going to set the chocolate aside, and now I'm going to deal with the medjool dates. Medjool dates have been soaking for a good 5 minutes, and I have just drained them through a colander over the sink, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to my blender. I'm going to blend these together until they form a smooth paste. But I'm also going to add a little bit of water as well. I don't want too much water because I don't want it to be too runny in the chocolate. So I'm going to try a little bit of water, and then I'll just keep adding water as I go. It didn't blend too well, so I've added a bit more water, and I'm just going to blend them again now. It hasn't done a brilliant job, but it's done an okay job. If you have something like a NutriBullet or a smaller blender, then that would probably do the job really well. You just need a small amount of water, and then it will blend together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip all of these ingredients into a bowl and add everything else that I need for this recipe. So I've removed the puree from the blender, and it is smooth-ish, but it still has some lumps in it, but I don't mind it lumpy, to be honest. It gives it a much more toffee-like flavour if there are a few lumps in it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the chocolate in to the bowl as well, and I'm going to try and not waste any, because that's not what we're about in this house. Waste not, want not, as my grandmother always used to say. I'm going to try and scrape as much of this out as I possibly can, and then I'm going to mix these two ingredients together like so until they form like a gooey, basically chocolatey mess, which I'm sure is going to be delicious. And then to that I'm going to add my spices. So I have some ground sweet cinnamon that I'm just going to sprinkle over. I'm going to sprinkle over about a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon. Then I've got some ground ginger as well. So I'm going to sprinkle over about half a teaspoon of ground ginger. And then I'm going to sprinkle over some nutmeg as well. So I'm going to do probably about a quarter of a teaspoon of nutmeg, because you don't need too much nutmeg. Nutmeg is a very flavoursome spice, so you will taste it if you put too much in. And then I've also got some ground cloves as well. So again, I'm going to add a little bit of cloves, because this is another flavoursome spice that you don't need too much of. And now what I'm going to do is just mix again. And then I've got some pecans here as well that I'm going to add in, just to give it a bit of crunch. You could add almonds to this, you could add cashews as well. So I'm just going to mix those in as well. And now what I'm going to do is I've got a pre-lined loaf tin. So I've pre-lined this loaf tin, and I'm just going to put the chocolate mixture into the base of the pre-lined loaf tin and try to mix it together as best I can. So, or spread it as evenly across the base, sorry, as best I can, so that you get a lovely big piece of chocolate when it comes out of the fridge. Hopefully this will be really delicious as well. So just going to spread this, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge for, well, I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight, but I reckon it will probably be done in a couple of hours. So once I've spread this along the bottom, I'm off to put this into the fridge overnight. But as I said, you could probably put it in there for a couple of hours, maybe up to 6 hours, and that would be done then. The chocolate bark has been in the fridge overnight, and I'm just going to remove it from the baking tray. I'm going to leave it on the parchment paper, and I'm just going to cut it into squares. I will let you know how it tastes in a moment, but I just thought I'd cut it up into squares. You could also break it up if you want to, or you could, yeah, you could just break it up. Don't have to do it as neatly and as tidily as that, I have to say, but I do like it like this. And then if you wanted to, you could just stack that up in a glass jar for somebody for Christmas. It would need to be kept refrigerated though as well. And I will let you know how this tastes now. So I'm just going to give this a try now. It smells really good, I have to say. It's really nice. You can taste there's a crunchiness to it from the pecans, and there's a real smoothness from the dates in it as well. So I'm looking forward to having a square of this afternoon with a cup of tea. That is how you make my delicious Christmas spiced chocolate bark, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be enjoying some of this with a cup of tea this afternoon, and I can't wait. But you can, if you really want to, give some of this away as a Christmas present. It would make a really lovely gift for a friend or relative. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.